It's your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, and welcome to another episode in the Trap House. Some weekly, some Trapstrology, talking about what we're going to be experiencing this week. I hope y'all had a good week last week, good love day. The moon was in Taurus for 2 days, so I hope that you were able to get into those vibes and get into those feels of what that Venusian energy was bringing for us. Um, we're going to start with the Trapstrology for the week. We have today, the moon is in Gemini. Remember where you came from and remember why you started. Um, Many of us may have woken up with some conflicted energy today that makes you kind of feel like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Why am I doing this? This little piece of string is about to piss me off. It's been little things pissing me off all morning. That's that Gemini. You don't even know what you irritated for. You just irritate. See, and I think I just made it worse. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't keep tugging on it and making it worse. Anyways, remember where you are going, why you started. Remember where you came from. You know, a lot of us, the whole reason why we're doing what we're doing is so that we never have to return back to from where we came, or in our darkest moments, we don't have to return to that again. So remember what your blueprint is. Tomorrow, the moon will be in Cancer. So the moon rules Cancer. The moon will be in Cancer tomorrow. Don't start anything that you can't finish. We have a couple of void moon aspects this week, um, but they're during the times that we will likely be resting. So it'll be good that we won't have to worry about avoiding or not starting anything or committing to anything because we'll already be asleep. Most of it's happening between 2 and 4 a.m. Tuesday, we have the moon in Cancer. Nurture the seeds while pinching away the seeds that have fallen on barren land. If you have not yet went and checked out the celestial mythology that I recorded last week, it's on the YouTube. It's also on the podcast, and we talk about all of the different disciples and how they all commemorate with an astrological sign. And the Cancer is actually holding a knife, which would be considered his pinchers. He's like questioning, like trying to figure out, is Mary Magdalene a woman? Is she even a woman? Who is she? Why is she at this table? Why is she at this table with all of these men? Um, and that's really what it is, kind of like pinching away. That's very much so how Cancer is, inquisitive of what's going on and who is that person and why should I let them get close to me, and I'm gonna still keep them on the outside of my shell until further notice. Pinch away the seeds that have fallen on barren land. Going back to the what you're doing, why you're doing it, where you're going. Um, if you're moving through life correctly, you will sow some seeds that won't grow. You will sow some seeds that will be slow to mature. But if it is meant for it to do so, then it will. And if you give it the proper space and environment to grow, then it will. And this proper space and environment starts within. It's you, your mental, and your consciousness and your awareness and your magnitude of allowing yourself to be, um, and nurture that within yourself as well. Then we'll have Wednesday. The moon will be in Leo. We'll be 11 days past the Aquarius new moon. What shifted for you? What changed? What was activated? What was shown to you? We now have the Mars, Venus, Pluto, and the Sun are all in Aquarius. Um, we'll move into Pisces in like 2 days, so that'll be good. But um, now it is the battle of the mind. It's the battle of your future self, the battle of your current self, and realizing and remembering that your current reality is not what your final destination is. This is not your future destination. It is a part of your journey. And what you do with this energy, what you do with this magnet at this time is going to be the blueprint for what is to come in the near future. Then we'll have Thursday, the moon will still be in Leo, opposite Mars, Venus, and square Jupiter. Watch your temper, mind your emotions, mind your manners. Try to keep your theatrics to a minimum. Leo and Aquarius are opposite on the zodiac wheel, so that can be some tension, some underlying things that maybe need to be said, some discomforts, pulling you out of your comfort zone, so on and so forth. Friday, the moon will still be in Leo, so we got 3 days of the moon being in Leo: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it will be square Uranus, which is also Aquarian's modern ruler. So hold, don't fold. This week is going to have the potential to bring some discord between your intimate relationships. Remember, intimate relationships are not just people who you lay with, it's people who you eat with, people who you smoke with, your doctor, the people who do your hair, where you get your hair cut at, your bartender that you frequent. All of those are intimate. And if you have any underlying issues in those relationships, they will need to be paid attention to and talked about, especially if the union itself means anything to you. Then we'll have Saturday, the moon will be in Virgo. Roll them sleeves up and get to work. We're getting closer and closer to spring, so it will be easier and easier to feel your um, manifestations or your intentions become more tangible. Um, I'm wearing this hat today because it took everything in me to come and record. I'm a manifesting generator. I've been very busy all week, and a lot of the tasks that I've been doing have not been tasks that I want to do. As a manifesting generator, that ain't really the way that it should go. I can't be committed to things I don't want to do. Otherwise, I end up like, I don't want to do any of it. Get it away from me. And then the moon is in Gemini, and my Venus is in Gemini, in the 8th house. So all of that is like, I don't feel like doing it. I just want to chill. And Spirit said, and this is when you move through it. So I don't know who needs to hear it, who is right there with me, of kind of feeling burnt out, um, feeling like, again, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why have I been on this journey? And this is not, it's not going, quote, the way I thought it was going to go. Keep going. This is when you muster up the strength to push through. This is when you muster up the reason why you are doing it. And I've already told y'all many times before, I'm a Scorpio first house stellium. So unfortunately, when something wrong happens in my life, when something bad happens in my life, or even stagnant in my life, I immediately believe that someone did something to me. Someone put a root on me. Somebody gave me the eye. Somebody, they doing something. Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, I'm correct with that. Because again, Scorpio first house stellium, one of those planets being Saturn, I know how to move in the energy and with the energy. So when the energy is like at a standstill, I'm like, this is not coincidental, right? So when negative energy is sent to you, another best way for you to diffuse it is to continue moving forward. Continue moving forward, because people can see who you are before you can see who you are. A lot of times, and your light blinds them before you're even aware of the heat that it's giving off of. So you need to keep moving in your power, keep moving in your energy. Again, don't know who needs to hear that, but make sure that you do. First energy of the week that we have is Five of Pentacles. Like I said, this week is going to be a little tumultuous. There are going to be potential for relationships to have arguments or discord or disdain. And a lot of this needs to happen. A lot of it needs to happen so that y'all can at least see where you are. Relationships that have healthy disagreements have figured it out. To think that you're always going to get along with the person who you love the most, or even with your best friend or with your sibling or your child, that you guys just have this untaintable relationship, is like crazy. Fairy tales do exist, but you have to create them. And we all know that even in the fairy tale goes through some shit before it actually is the happily ever after, right? So, knowing where you stand in a relationship with the person that you're in the relationship with can create discord. It can create uncomfortable shifts, but then it can also create some sort of abundance and breakthrough because of that. So if you find that if you do get into an argument or a conversation that leads to, well, I don't even know what we are anymore or where we're headed with that, let that be. Let that be. I've already told y'all Aquarius is doing what it's doing with Pluto, and now you got Mars and Venus and the Sun all in Aquarius doing. Let the detachment happen. Let the disconnect happen. If it is ever meant to find itself back to one another again, it will. Magnets attract magnets. They attract like energies. But when you realize that you have outgrown someone's energy or something's energy, and you allow that to dissipate, that's when you make space for the blessings. Two of Swords is also in reverse. All of the cards are in reverse except for the final one. It may not be easy to understand that you're at this crossroads and that you now have to make a decision, especially if you've been feeling like hopeless, you've been blindfolded, you've been feeling like there are no decisions, there are no options. You're going to see that there are options, but it may mean that something or someone is going to get left in the cold. Some sort of your comfort zone is no longer going to be comfortable because now you have to get comfortable in the discomfort. Um, we will have a full moon in Virgo coming up February 24th, and then we will have a Pisces new moon March 11th, I think. In between those phases, there will be bouts of clarity and understanding on why either the relationships had to fall away, why the contracts no longer can make sense, why you could no longer be subscribed to that same energy, which then will lead to the opportunities coming out of it will seem virtually nowhere. I had posted something back in December that said something like, God isn't saying no, God is just saying not with them around. There's certain people at the table right now that can't be at the table right now. That can't eat with you. They can't eat the blessing. Y'all pay attention to the fact that I need to feel. My field day is on Wednesday. Anyways, they can't be at your table. The ancestors and the Most High cannot provide uh, tables in front of the presence of your enemies if you keep inviting your enemy to dinner. So whatever happens this week, honestly, leading up into the full moon in Virgo, and never forget that Virgo. Every time I mention Virgo, I say two names: Beyonce and Michael Jackson. Them two niggas, they just don't play no games. They're not playing no games. You see somebody try to leave Beyonce tour and they try to talk shit about her, you're gonna get sued. Everybody who comes off Beyonce tour, they try to talk about her, always trying to talk about how she's a witch and how she does rituals and all that shit. Okay, so I don't know why you're going at the bat against that. Watch out, watch out. But after you let go of that energy, then the opportunities seemingly come out of nowhere. The things that are supposed to be working for you, the things that you've been working diligently on, come out of nowhere, and that is when you can finally sip from your cup of greatness. Everything that you've been working for, maybe even for the last year, um, can seem trivial at this point. But if you keep going, if you keep chipping away, chip away, you will get yourself to the ultimate opportunity that you're looking for, expansion that you're looking for. Spirit, give us some more energies for the week. Always giving gratitude to the Most High, God and Goddess, my spirit guides, my ancestors. Give us the message that we need for the week. I didn't do any black church this week. I'm telling y'all, I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like any of it. The spirit said, get your ass up. I felt so good yesterday. Like within a few months, everything will begin to make sense. The ascension is here. Raise your vibe, which means that you will have to change your tribe, likely. Inner child healing, understanding that a lot of the connections or beliefs or dreams or aspirations that we have are connected to our inner child understanding. And once we set boundaries, our inner child really can start healing. And then our inner child can really show us who's for us, who's not for us, who's only around because what we can do for them or what we can show to them, and who's actually around to love us. Don't suppress your emotions. Feel them. You're going to have a couple of days with the moon in Gemini and the moon in Cancer to just purge, cry it out. The purge is going to be amazing because then the understanding is going to be infinitely clear. Because you'll be able to see the situation differently after you purge the emotions. Well, they say after sometimes after a nut, that's when you have the most clarity. Don't even make the decision. Don't make the decision until you cry. And if you don't balance your emotions out, you may find that you end up being a little maniacal, or that you're attracting energies that are a little menacing. And we all know that we ain't trying to come back from that. What I say? I said just a few minutes ago. Scorpio first house stellium. Other people can see your light before you can see your light. So the energy that they try to put on you to distract you is insane. I don't know who also needs to hear. Go back to the basics. If you've not been doing your basic cleansings, your basic rituals every week, you weren't doing overkill. It wasn't overkill. It was the right amount of energetic cleansing for your human experience, for your soul's experience. You might feel like you're in your darkest hour because somebody is playing in your energy. And once you clean up your energy, Psalm 109, Psalm 91, Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. Once you clean up that energy and stay on the cleanse, sage your house, purify your house, sweep your house from back to front, put some salt in the front of your house, rub some cinnamon on your hands. Well, first you might want to do a salt rub down. If you don't have a bath, you can do a salt rub down and then add more water than hyssop, but put a couple of drops of hyssop in like maybe a spray bottle, spray your body down, and then get in the shower and rinse it off. And then after you do a cleanse, you always want to sweeten yourself as well. So if you find that you've done that, then you need to Again, if you don't have a shower, a bath, I don't know who I'm speaking to, then you need to put all of these ingredients in separate water bottles and spray your body, and then get in the shower. Spray your body with the milk and honey, then get in the shower. Do the camphor and salt cleanse, and then get in the shower, um, so that you don't make yourself so clean that you miss your blessings. But it's time to cleanse your space. There's nothing wrong with you. There's someone playing in your energy because they know how powerful you are. Obstacles, it ain't gonna be easy. None of it has been easy thus far. I feel like ever since Saturn moved his little funny looking ass into Pisces last March, it's been a little trivial for everybody. Go check your Pisces placement to see exactly how it's affecting you and where it's throwing things off kilter for you, because it's also throwing it back onto um, the right energetic spin for you to evolve. Spirit says no. I don't know. I don't know who that was for. No to the relationship. No to the commitment. No to the food. No to the negative self energy. Because you got to be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't be so caught up in trying to choose the group or choose not to rock the boat that you completely eliminate yourself. What I have to say? Got to think outside the box. Let's see what our final energetic pulls are for the week for the Trap House base. Y'all may or may not have noticed that on Instagram, I've changed my name to the Boutique House. I really just been going through a rebirth. Everything's getting ready to change. The domain name is changing. Everything is changing. I've just been rebirthing. I've been listening, and it's been something that's kind of like been on me for about a year or more. So gotta get into it again. The future, my future self is trying to show me that the name may be a little outdated, and so it's time for me to push into something new. So just keep an eye out. Boutique House, it'll still be the same. Everything will be the same. The logo may be slightly different, but same OG. Get into the truth of it. No matter if the truth has to crumble some things, like we said before, Five of Swords. The understanding that some things are just not what they need to be or what they used to be may be a hard pill to swallow, but that truth is real. I also don't know who needs to hear this. Don't eat nothing in your dreams. If somebody's been trying to give you something in your dream, don't eat it. Don't get in the car with nobody in your dream either, unless that person is alive. Um, someone or something may be trying to disrupt your happy home because again, you have made it. You have made it through the storm. You have been able to face the truth, face the music, and that is no longer causing disruption to your home. Don't you cause disruption to your home. Don't give up just before the final breakthrough. Don't give up, because you feel like, oh, well, I'm just going to throw in the towel. That's exactly what they want you to do. Aquarian energy. If it gets too much, fly away. If it gets to be too much, detach from the situation and act like it never happened. Strength. Leo. I'm mad at the conjunction, opposition, squaring of Aquarius and Leo is all up and through the energy of the week, the Trapstrology of the week, because again, it's going to be a lot of, but that brings breakthrough. It can be the fight of all times, but now you finally know who owns what, who stands where, who has the strength, who has the mental, who got to take the coffee cups, who got to take the coffee table. Everything now is understood. And now you can figure out where you need to have strength to go on in other ways. Because again, somebody can be being very manipulative and ugly. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is that death and karma and rebirth, the death of a thing. It can get real malicious and ugly and manipulative down there in the unevolved forms of that Scorpio though. And Pluto is in its beginning degrees in Aquarius, which can also get dark and murky and ugly. I'm just saying. Get your protection up. Get your protection up. We are living single. Somebody may want you to be single, like I said, happy home. They're mad that you got a happy home, that you and your partner have fought through every obstacle and y'all have made it still to be together. And or you may find that the breakup, the argument, is going to lead you to being single. which is also going to lead you to a happier home because now you're by yourself, able to think straight and have clear energy. And then the final energy of the Pisces. We're about to be in Pisces season. By the end of the week, we'll be in Pisces. Saturn will be on steroids. Saturn stays in Pisces all of this year, next year, through the first half of 2026. So have fun. I just hope that you are getting your ducks in a row accordingly. This concludes our Trapstrology energy of the week. Y'all have a good one no matter what. Keep going. Rest, don't quit. Pick it back up. If you once had it and it was yours and you saw success in it or you felt energetically connected to it, pick it back up. In order to pick it back up, you might have to lay some things down. Have a good week. Holla back.